Fred Wellman, the MeidasTouch Network, and host of On Democracy with FP Wellman. Well, the House GOP passed their big debt ceiling bill yesterday, and they are assuring us it's a negotiating tool. Why the House Veterans Affairs Committee Chairman, Mike Bost, assures us that whatever we think is in there just isn't in there. Well, let's check out his words.
Hi, everybody. Getting ready to go over and vote for the bill that we've been working on the last several weeks. Let me explain something very, very clearly to everyone. You do know that I am the only veteran of the four leaders of the Veterans Committee, whether the Senate or the House. The only veteran. I'm the grandson of a veteran, the son of a veteran, the nephew of a veteran. I have a son who's a veteran and a grandson who's a veteran. I guarantee you, let me say this again, even though the Democrats are lying about the fact that this will cut veterans benefits, it will not. We've got letters of commitment from the Speaker. We've got letters of commitment from the head of the budget, and you've got this word from me. My word will stand. No veterans benefits will be reduced at all. Know that. But what this will do is this will drive it to the negotiation table, I believe, and then also the most important thing is we can try to reduce this long-term debt that are on our children and grandchildren. It's the right thing to do. I'm going over to make that vote right now.
So what Mike just said, in case you're not hearing it, is Mike says all the veterans cuts we think are in the bill, but there's good news. We can totally trust them because they wrote letters and they're committed to, they're not going to cut actual veterans benefits. It's not they're going to do it. I mean, sure, the law says they're going to cut veterans benefits, but we're just supposed to trust Mike Bost because you know what? His grandfather was a veteran. His daddy's a veteran. He's a veteran. His kid's a veteran. His grandfather's a veteran. His grandkid's a veteran. Man, the guy down the street is a veteran. The postman's a veteran. The cop around the corner, he's probably a veteran, but might not be. But you know, he wears a uniform, so he's probably a veteran. Either way, all these fucking people are veterans, and Mike wants us to trust him. Funny thing about Mike Bost is an election denier. He voted against certifying the January 6th, certification of the election. He voted for and signed on to the bill, the legal brief that was going to try and overturn the Texas and other states' certificated election results. He actually voted against the January 6th commission. Mike Bost is a believer in the big lie, but that's different. We're supposed to totally believe him now that they passed a bill cutting 22% of veterans' benefits, but they wrote letters saying what? But what's the hook? The hook is, hey, we're just doing it to negotiate. We're only going to actually put a gun to the heads of 9 million veterans and their health care to negotiate. See, they're not actually screwing veterans. They're using us as political tools. Isn't that better? Here's what's actually in the bill. Here's the gun to the head of the 9 million veterans that use the VA. Well, first of all, 30 million less outpatient healthcare visits are in this bill. Cutting the telehealth program so that less veterans can have access, especially rural veterans can access telehealth. Let's see, they're going to worsen our wait times because they're cut back on the scheduling system. They're going to stop construction of new clinics. They're going to delay this. They're going to shorten the staffing of national cemeteries. So when a veteran dies, it's going to take even longer to get buried and get the honors he deserves. On top of that, they're cutting homelessness vouchers for homeless vets. They're cutting food aid for many senior veterans. All of that is in the bill. But don't worry, they're not actually going to do it. They're just going to use it as a political tool to make Biden look bad. And here's what's going to happen, folks. In a couple of years or a year, wait times are going to skyrocket for veterans' health care. The number of veterans are going to die. Veterans will die waiting for surgery. The wait time for receiving our benefits after service will skyrocket. And you know what Mike Bost and his buddies in the Veterans Affairs Committee are going to do? They're going to hold hearings blaming Biden for screwing veterans because they always do it. It's the ultimate bait and switch these fuckers pull every time on veterans. So Mike Bost, you know what? Let me tell you something. My dad was a veteran of World War II. My grandfather was a veteran of World War I. I had another great-grandfather who was a sailor in the Civil War. I had a great-great-great-grandfather times 9 who was a Minuteman and fought at Trenton with George Washington. The next generation of my family, my son-in-law and my son are both veterans. And I'm telling you, as a federal veteran, you're full of shit. What they admitted to is they're going to use me and my fellow veterans as a bargaining chip. So what happens when Biden doesn't bite? They're going to blame Biden, and they're still going to screw veterans. But don't worry, y'all. We should totally trust Mike Bost, the guy who doesn't believe Biden even won his damn election. You know, last little bit about Mike Bost. Mike Bost is one of about 148 Republicans who essentially ran unopposed. 23 had no opponents, and another 125 had opponents that raised so little money and had gotten so little support, they essentially ran unopposed. A great candidate named Chip Markell, a Navy veteran, ran against Mike Bost. He was able to raise about $61,000. He ran essentially unopposed. But don't worry, folks. Let's just trust Mike. I'm Fred Wellman, host of On Democracy with Fred Wellman, here on the MeidasTouch Network. Check out my Substack. I actually wrote a post about this called Oh Hell No. It's at fpwellman.substack.com. Check it out. See the truth that's in this bill. I don't believe these bastards for a second. Thanks. See you Friday night.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.